Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DST podcast. The name is JT Smellick. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on what will be Monday when you guys are all listening to this, recorded Sunday night. Just in case anything does change in today's upcoming topic, we are talking about the MLB and their complete dysfunction. It is an utter joke what is going on. We're going to be diving into this. Very excited. It is the DST podcast with JT Smellick, and let me get you up to speed with where we're at. Baseball, in most people's opinions, was going to be the sport that, before the outbreak started, most people thought would come back. If not first, then second. They would probably have a good idea on how to handle it. And I believed that we would be seeing baseball by July 4th at the latest. And we are so far removed from that. And there's a large misconception about what the issue is, but the issue isn't just something that can be, it's very complicated. There's many sides to the story, and there's a lot of people lying about what's really going on. And so I'm just going to try to give you an honest, unfiltered opinion on why Major League Baseball is going to continue to shoot itself into a grave very quickly here. So the Major League Baseball Players Association asked MLB to set a schedule for the 2020 season rather than counter the latest return-to-play proposal by the league, setting the stage for the MLB to implement a significantly shortened schedule with deepening labor strikes between both parties. There was a lot of tension set up here from the get-go. So basically what happened was the MLB owners, they want a shorter season. The players, they want a longer season. All about money, of course. Not only that, the owners have, most people probably don't know this if you're listening to this, no one knows how much a baseball team actually rakes in for a year. I mean, there's guesses and everything, but when the owners never have to show their financial statements on this stuff. So we have to take the owners at face value. But on the flip side, how much a player makes, well, that is delved to the community, and most people know exactly what the player is making down to every single plate appearance, how much he's drawing in. So basically, the owners are coming out there saying, listen, we don't pull enough money. We don't have enough funds to do a baseball season this long. We're going to be losing so much money. It's not even profitable. And it just blew my mind when I heard people come out and try to use this. And a lot of uninformed people are going to be bashing they'll be bashing the players, because that's kind of like the main go-to is like, oh, the owners want to, they want to start the season. The players won't agree with it. The players won't agree with it because the players have contracts that they are rightfully owed, and they're already not going to be able to make as much as they should be, and they've accepted that. But the issue is the MLB wants to continue to shorten the season, and if we're being honest, the MLB doesn't even want to play baseball this year, and it is mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling that the literal sport of baseball does not want to play right now. Imagine that. So this man, he owns the Cardinals. His name is DeWitt. William, I think, is his first name. He is the one about... He's the first owner to come out and say, listen, we don't make a ton of money. We don't profit on baseball as much as everyone assumes we do. With no fans in attendance, we can't really turn much of a profit this year, and so that's why we actually need to cut down on the season overall. And of course, this isn't actually true at all. It is nothing but a lie, and if you want to, now that we have a face we can match this to, do you guys want to know how much money William DeWitt Jr. makes? Because he actually pulls a lot of money. And this isn't this isn't just talk of oh, this guy makes a decent amount. His net worth right now is $4 billion. He's the owner of the St. Louis Cardinals. So this man made $4 billion, but he's telling me baseball, I'm not really pulling much money. If you're not pulling a lot of money, why do you own a baseball team? Oh, well, it's for, it's kind of like my fun little side project. Yeah, they're signing a deal with in their general area for their TV rights deal north of $1 billion. So you can throw that right out the window. I know how much you're pulling. And by the way, you're pulling enough to turn a very handsome profit. But again, I don't see you coming out, DeWitt, telling us exactly how much you make. You want to throw ballpark estimates out and allow us to figure it out. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? You go get your guys, your lawyers, you pull out all the stops, and you say, this is why we need a shortened season, because we don't pull enough cash. And you show us pound for pound like the players have to. Oh, wait. Nope, you won't do that. Got it. Okay. But no. I'll take your word for it, my friend. We need to make sure you make as much money as humanly possible. So here's where it gets better. MLB and Turner Sports have agreed to a massive renewal through 2028, where Turner Sports is going to be paying the league $470 million a year just to broadcast everything. Do you not understand how much money that is that just got added? But again, not profitable enough. Also, side note here. Football is talking about having fans in attendance. Football is talking about having fans in attendance. That seems a little weird that baseball is yet to actually bring that up as an actual argument. They're saying we won't be having fans. So they're trying to push this deal, this narrative that they're going to be losing so much money with no fans in attendance, but no one has said fans can't be in attendance. In fact, some people have already said if baseball is going to be doing, or if the NFL is going to be doing it, you have very large open outdoor stadiums. Why can't you? Why can't you close off your concessions? So you're going to be saving money there. You don't have to pay as many employees hourly, or you can just leave a couple open, make them go straight to their seats. You keep everyone, we can go as dramatic as you want. We keep everyone 5 rows apart. You're still putting, on a nice night. I'll be conservative on every number I throw out. You'll put 2,000 people. You put 2,000 in, you charge them $50 a piece. Oh, there's a good amount of money for you right there. And that's just one game. So you get 2,000 people in your stadium on a given night. You keep them miles apart. You're charging $50 a piece. I just made you $100,000 in a millisecond here. But no, we can't figure out how to do that. We're not going to be able to cut into those numbers enough, right? Right, DeWitt? It's just too much, right? And so, by the way, here's just how low MLB is. The most ass-backwards organization of the big 4 major sports in the United States is the MLB. And in fact, they're slowly becoming the least cared about. What is the one thing that baseball is all about and it always wants to talk about? It's tradition. It's, this is just how the game's always been. It's tradition. We got to do it like this. What if I told you it's also the average baseball fan's tradition to watch baseball? And honestly, many times when even I'm viewing a regular baseball game, it's just something I have on to watch while I'm doing other things in the house. So, what happens when you spend a whole year without baseball because the owners just don't want to play this year? Right, you begin to move on. You begin to go elsewhere towards basketball. You start to think about football. You start to think about hockey. And you realize, I actually forgot that baseball was even a thing because I've just moved past it with my life. So now you have created this situation where people will no longer think about baseball the longer you stay gone. And not only that, let's take another detour. This is just the rant hour. What happens if you're the first sport to reopen? I don't know. There's a ton of Americans that just want to enjoy something in their lives. Do you know how bad 2020 has been? And you have the opportunity to get all eyes on you. There is nothing on right now. There is competitive cornhole being watched, and that is filling your time slot. But no. No. So what you're going to do is you're going to take away the chance to be seen by a larger audience than possibly you ever will be. You have a chance to reach a young demographic that doesn't have basketball or anything else on their minds, and they're bored. They have nothing to watch. All sports are canceled. You could have capitalized on this like any sane organization would. But no. We're just going to sit here and we are just going to continue to fight over, in the short term, we're not going to make as much money as we wanted. But, let's not even begin to go down the rabbit hole of if we don't have baseball this year, how that can affect the years moving forward. And here's the best part. Even with no fans allowed, the MLB will not be lifting their blackout restrictions. Now, this is not for sure right now. We'll see what happens, but baseball fans in, let's say, Iowa will not be able to attend games because of the virus, so they will not be allowed to watch any Cubs, Cardinals, Brewers, Twins, Royals, White Sox games. They literally cannot watch their own team play because of the own team's arrogance. What is the MLB doing? What is Rob Manfred doing? I'm sorry. Who? I'm not saying anyone has handled this great. Adam Silver did a hell of a better job than this joke. He had everyone together. They had a plan. They were figuring everything out. And what's the MLB doing? Literally nothing. I am so sick of hearing people bash Adam Silver because you know what? I know who the leader. Do you even know who Rob Manfred is? I know who Adam Silver is because he's at the forefront of everything. He puts his money where his mouth is. He is a man of the people, and he stands with the owners. And together, they link the players, they link the owners, and they come to a conclusion, and that's how they move. It's not like the joke of the MLB that just sits there and can't figure out if it wants to play or not this year. So they want to do 50 baseball games. No, let's not do 50 baseball games. Well, that's all we can do because we don't want to lose any more money. You're not losing money, you fool. It's not about one freaking year. And hell, let's say you lost $2 million this year. Your average team has grown what? We'll go back to DeWitt. He bought the Cardinals for under $1 billion. They're worth over $3 billion today. And you know what? Relax for a minute. The owners, if they don't want to play, sell the team. Sorry, bud. That's the thing about owning a baseball team. You got to play. You're the one paying all these baseball players larger and larger salaries. If you're not turning money, if you're this close to not turning money, how come the team is worth double or triple or 100 times more of your initial investment? Huh? Well, that just confuses me because I'm pretty sure if you sold the team today, it'd be very profitable. But once more, you don't think of it long term. You don't think of it how a radical human should be. They think just so short-sighted that they think this is how it has to be. Because they look at this year, how they can make money this year and this calendar year. But the whole thing is baseball has been in a funk for a while where they need to figure out how they can expand more and become, grab a larger audience because the average baseball fan is in the 50s. And that's just not cutting it. Now you don't want to play baseball. So, as a little recap, the owners don't want to play this year for some reason, but their team has still gone up in value. There should be a rule put out that if you don't want to play, then you have to sell your team because unfortunately this is a baseball league, and if you're not operating, well, guess what? You shouldn't be owning a team. If you can't turn a profit and when your team's worth 5 times its value, then you're doing something wrong and you're not a very smart owner. Let's get someone a little bit better in there for you, bud. It's a joke. Baseball is continuing to shoot itself in the foot. It's digging a very, very shallow grave for itself where it'll eventually crawl into and, just completely throw up all over itself, puke, vomit, and die very slowly, and it won't be fun to watch. And very happy, let's cancel the year. You guys can save your your $2 million that you might lose or something, and we'll go watch basketball, and we'll let them make a ton of money off of us. And also, not only that, why is no one even thinking about trying to capitalize on this virus by doing other things? You could do awesome things for like pay-per-view. You can do a million. Here's the time to be radical. Here, you want to do extreme. Baseball wants to talk about doing all these cool rule changes. Why don't you do it for 1 year? Why don't you do it for this shortened year? Or, just any other way to draw up money or interest. Use this to your benefit. Stop looking at it. Look at it as an investment. Stop looking at it as a cost to do business. And maybe you can actually get somewhere. I appreciate you guys tuning into the DST podcast. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with this, and we all want sports back more than ever. I'm very happy to be back with you guys, and I look forward to our next podcast. We're going to be turning them out just every week. It's going to be super awesome. I appreciate you guys so much for listening, and keep it locked here. We'll be giving you more updates as sports get ready to come back, and I'm getting ready to talk some NBA. It's going to be very exciting. Keep it here on the DST podcast with JT Smellick. Thank you so much for listening.